back. We see the new changes going on right now. The Big 12 and the ACC has come together in regards to making decisions on how the CFP college football playoff is going to do, or what is preferred with the model moving forward, which is in the betterment of not only the conference and the college football or collegiate football league. Okay, we're calling it that now because that's what it is. Nothing exists without a league. In that sense, I'm hearing that, the potential for the Big 12 and the ACC is decreased because of the 5-11 model. There's a lot of things that you can't see before plain sight in regards to that model. And then you have the other people who think in the contrary, that the 4-4-2-2-1-3 model is better because it gives some solidification into account, or should we say, there's no unknown. We know what it would be. And so this is two ways of thinking, but you must understand that the 4-4-2-2-1-3 model is extreme, far left extreme, and it only caters to the advantage of one, maybe two, actually two conferences. The numbers don't lie, right? And the rest will be just treated as so. And that's what we don't want. And that's what was discussed on the perception side of things. Like, you cannot perceive to be a competitive, open market or business or sport or recruiting or anything and regarding the progress and mobility of how far a sport can go if you're limiting and making things restrictive. And that is the opposite of growth. Okay, so we're looking at the growth part of college, okay, as a whole for everyone, like the growth. And that's businesses want to grow. College wants to grow. And that's how you grow. If you start restricting yourself because people are only thinking through the lines of a few, okay, then there's no growth there. And so that's why the 4-4-2-2-1-3 model won't work for the growth of collegiate sports, period. And there's no other way to put it. It would only benefit 1-2 conferences, period. And it will destroy college football, literally. So while a lot of smart minds see this, okay, there's a lot of people not looking into it. They're saying, oh, well, be happy with, the alternative where, you can get these 2 bids guaranteed every year. But you're destroying college football, and it's an invitational, and that is, no one would have to work for the rewards. It's like given, like a handout. And, who wants handouts, right? And so that would weaken the sport. To do that will weaken college football. And that's what we're trying to stay away from. And that's why the 5+11 model works, because not only does it solidify working and letting the talent and the competition on the field determine the outcome of the sports, it also grows the sport, and it also makes it an equal playing field. This is what I've been advocating for the longest, okay? Equal playing field with no biases allows for the sport to thrive and for competition to be peaked and for the health of college football, and it'll be better businessmen for the whole industry, or should we say the whole collegiate sports. Okay, and so this is the goal, and we know this, as business-minded people, we can clearly see what works. And this is what works, the 5+11 model. And who cares, right? Let's look at it like this. Who cares if the Big 12 seems to be at a disadvantage based off of previous playoffs? But you have to understand, this new playoff model that we're seeing right now, it's new. It's only maybe 4 years old overall, in the sense of, remember the BCS era? The BCS era was totally had to go because only 2 teams were able to play. We've long ago moved from that model, and actually college sports has become, or at least football has become, more vibrant, more development, more growth. And that's the potential here. We don't want to stunt the growth of college football when we already growing it from 2 teams, and then it went to 4, and then it jumped to 12, now 16. There's growth there, and you don't want to get in the way of that growth. And that's what we're talking about. The 5+11 model successfully grows college football in the playoffs overall, and have the world, okay? This is going to go beyond just the American TVs. This is going to travel worldwide. It's going to get big, and people across the world is going to tune in. The only way they'll do that if they see that there's open transparency with equal competition to be able to flow throughout the programs that are involved, okay? If you say you good, if you claim that you are a good program, because it's not even about conferences really no more. It's about the individual program. So let's get to that. If you are a good program, it is going to show on the field each game. You can't be concerned about another program. You can't be concerned about another conference. You only have the ability as a athletic director, as a board of regent, as a coach and player, to be focused on your program. Your program is within your ability to produce, whether it's funding it, preparation, recruiting. All of these things will equip your program to compete. And this is what will show on the field. It doesn't have to have some form of interpretation, some marketing campaign, some propaganda. That is left up to the people who do that, which we already know. That's the media partners. Let them do their job, while the programs, the institutes, focus on bettering their program and putting their product on the field to be able to stand against any other program. It doesn't matter if you come from the Big Ten. It doesn't matter if you come from the SEC, the ACC, the Big 12. It's all about what program is equipped on that field. Here's another thing. How could you say that you are a better program, yet alone a conference, if you're not playing everyone, right? Think about it. I rarely see Alabama play any Big 12 teams unless it's in the playoff, right? Because there's this notion that they are better. But 9 times out of 10, it's a way to prove that they're not better when they lose against a Big 12 team. And they don't want to give them that opportunity to do so. And that's the reason why you see these big programs, or these so-called elite programs, not playing these other schools, because it will put them, it will pretty much prove their narrative to be false. And so we need to get away from that and put it on the field. If your program is a good program, it's going to show on the field, and it doesn't matter who you play. And that's where we need to be at. In order for college football to grow, you just need to be focused on your program, okay? And now overall, the conference will get their credit in a sense because it is being a collective thing or a representation of the conference, but it has nothing to do with the other programs. Because think about it. Let's dissect this. If you look at the Big Ten, there's only 3 programs that are most likely win or has the potential of winning the national title: Ohio, Michigan, and Penn State. That's it. The rest is just like the other programs in the Big 12. Because how do I know that? Because they never won any, or they haven't won any titles in the past 10 years. So let's end that narrative. Let's go to the SEC. There's only 4 programs that has the potential to win a national title or have won a national title in the last 10 years. Alabama, LSU, Georgia, and some other team, right? That 14, Auburn, or whoever that 14 was. And when you look at that, the rest is just like the teams from the Big 12, okay? So let's cut the narrative. That's only 6 programs to maybe 7, okay, that have been winning the national title or had a shot at it, okay, through almost not the life of college football, but over at least the last 10 years. So with that being said, let's cut the narrative about the conference thing, because I'm not seeing none of those other programs winning anything. And so let's leave that at that. Let's put it on the field. If your program is good, they're going to show up and they're going to win. The best team win on that given night. I don't want to hear nothing about the strength of schedule, because that's all a narrative, a false narrative. It doesn't matter about your recruiting class. It doesn't matter about any of that at the end of the day, because if that person that you recruited that was a 5-star don't show up on that day and they lose, none of that matters. Who cares about the strength of schedule? Because it will show on the field. Now, if you are complaining about, oh, we play more stronger computer ranked teams, that's all hypothetical, okay? Because these same teams lose. Just like Alabama lost to not Ole Miss, they lost to Vanderbilt last year. They didn't have nothing to do with these so-called computer hype rankings. This is all artificial intelligence concept that is being used, and it's overshadowing the performance on the field. So we're going to leave it at that. The 5+11 model set each conference up to compete on the field, grow college football as a league overall, and keep business good for all programs involved. Period. That's the model we going with, that we need to go with, and that will be the success of the college football. I heard Greg Sankey say, give ideas. That's the idea. Period. And that other stuff you talking about is bias, and it ain't gonna work, and no one's going to be in agreement of that. 5+11. If you good, show it on the field. Period. Once again, thank you all for watching another video with How To with Master Vazay. Until next time, keep checking in.